Howdy howdy everyone, welcome to Wills. We're back to the mods this week and we've got Zyreon with us. How are you today, Zyreon? Am I saying it right?
I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, Zyreon, they both work.
Very good. What are we doing today?
We're doing a white dungeon for the pass. Might as well hit two birds with one stone.
Nice. What are the mods?
Uh, that's a good question. Yeah, like that's great.
Fun. So you're Elk, I'm Warlock. How you feeling today?
Yeah. Pretty excited. I didn't know that this interview was coming until today, so
Me neither.
uh,
Winging
yeah,
it. This is great.
yeah, exactly. Should be fun.
I think,
How are you doing?
I'm just great too. I didn't know it was going to be the day either. I was just looking at our schedule
Uh,
and that's when it worked out. So to start, when did you start Monumenta? How did you find it? And what drew you to being a mod?
um, So I do have to thank Dorelius. I was a Hypixel Skyblock player back in the day, maybe around 2 years ago, and I saw
Nice.
one of his videos that was like, yeah, check out this server called Monumenta. Um, I'm sure a lot of people have the same story as me.
Yeah, we
Darius,
owe so much to his promotion of the game.
yeah, he was very popular and attracted a lot of players. Um, and then, so that was around 2 years ago. So maybe around I would say a year ago, before my during the summer of my high school year, I was like, man, I want to be a mod. Sounds cool. I get to help a lot of people play with commands. So I applied for the mod team, and yeah, that's how it's been
Very
ever
nice.
since. Yeah. No. The only servers or types of content I would play on Minecraft was like either mini games or like big RPG servers like Winecraft, a very popular one. So,
The 2.0 release recently.
oh yeah, me and my guild have been playing a little bit,
Nice. Good for
dabbling.
y'all.
Yeah, definitely.
What's it mean?
Ah, that's a funny story. It's actually not my username, which I think that's true for a lot of people. But my actual account is the same as my Discord account, so awesome_AA. And like a couple years ago, long time ago, I lost access to that account for a little bit, so I borrowed my friend's account, which is Zyreon, who no longer plays. And I just when I got my awesome AA account back, I just never because I already had all my saves and everything on this account. So I was like,
That's really amusing that you've adopted of your.
yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Save the tincture.
Yes.
Well, very good. And if so, what is it?
A caffeine addiction. Interesting question. Um, I drink milk tea for fun only, not for caffeine, I would say. Um, Mostly because I like the taste of boba. Um,
A
yeah,
vola?
no, sorry,
What is vola? Sorry, I'm not familiar with that.
boba. It's like have you heard of like tapioca pearls? Like, yeah, like a common topping in milk tea. But I don't drink coffee or any other types of, so I wouldn't say I really have a caffeine addiction.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. So,
What thing to do in Monumenta?
ooh, uh, that's tough. Like if you asked me what my favorite dungeon would be, I would have a really hard time giving you an answer. Um, my favorite thing to do, I definitely like to hop in the VC with my guild and like play anything really. I'll accompany them on a dungeon or Delph bounty. We have like weekly Delph bounties that we do, uh, so everyone goes and claims it. Um, Other than that, I like to just chill around. I don't do too much content nowadays. Um, and yeah, I'll be around for mod help, I guess, a lot of the time, which is still fun for me. The enjoyment hasn't waned as much as I thought it might, so that's always very nice.
So would you at least
Um,
etc.
I I like strikes a lot. I would say on par with dungeons, like Black Mist, stuff like that. Mm,
What's your least favorite
Yeah.
thing in Monumenta?
Oh, my least favorite. Um, so if you asked me that question like 2 months ago, I would say Rush, but I tried Duo Rush sometime within that period, and I really liked it. It was really. I played it with my first Duo Rush run was with Briggs, on the dev team, and then I played a couple with some other Ren members as well, which was pretty cool.
Very nice. Are you getting the loot, by the way?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I've been breaking chests as I see them, but it should be okay. Nothing. We're not missing too much, I guess.
Nice.
I hope. I hope not.
Is your
That's hmm. Uh, I would say I've gotten pretty tired of form and heal, mostly because of like the amount of spawner spam, and the amount of times that I've run that dungeon. So they're not super highly ranked for my favorite dungeons. Um, yeah, something like that.
what would you change?
Uh, so I say that they're not my favorite, but I don't know if I would change too much. I think it goes really well as like an epic first introduction to if I was playing it for the first time, it would be super super epic. Um, but if I had to change something, um, I don't know. I really like the idea of getting like power ups in dungeons. For example, shifting has this one room where you can choose between like a couple anvils,
Yeah, those are fun.
yeah, or like a absorption boost throughout the dungeon. Um, so like pure form, I'm sure there could be something. That's something that I would like to see implemented if I had to change something about it. Um, yeah,
Imagine a buff using.
interesting. That now I'm just racking my brain for ideas. Like TL, you go back in time, uh, the different eras, right? So some sort of it doesn't have to be a buff either. Maybe like a gimmick, something related to
Yeah, sure,
time.
sure.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I
Makes
mean,
sense.
think of something by the end of this interview, you know.
For sure.
Yeah.
If you were the dictator
Ooh,
instance from everyone that everyone would like, what would it be? What would it be about our game?
that's crazy. I um I would like off everyone, just everyone gets commands. It sounds like it would be some interesting chaos, but we have backups. I think so. Hopefully, it won't mess up too much stuff in the very end.
That would Hopefully. So you just mean opt for the day?
Yeah, just for a day.
Okay. Yeah, I meant like if you had total.
I don't know. Major changes. Gotcha.
What would you change about Monumenta as a game?
Nothing too major. I really like the direction in which it's going. Like it started off as a really hardcore CTM-ish type of style, but then we started getting like more quality of life stuff. You know, like a big example back then. What was the big example? We got like oh yeah, like graves. We actually got graves. With you could like save them.
Yeah, for sure.
This was like for years ago, and then really recently now we have like keep inventory, which is I think a lot more familiar. Yeah, that's way wild. I never imagined that would be a thing, especially not when starting out. Um, so yeah, I like the direction in which it's going. But you know, small stuff. I know a lot of people complaining about Bow Scout recently. Um, I would give it some fun stuff. I think rework.
Gotcha.
Yeah, nothing too major though. I really like how it's.
Well, I'm glad to hear.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite other moderator?
Ooh. Let me preface this by saying that everyone on the mod team is really, really amazing. They're all really friendly. They're all great at what they do, and if I say I have a favorite, it's not much more than the others. Okay, okay. If I say that, that kind of sounds like I do have a favorite. I think that one of the moderators that really stood out to me, really more recent inclusion was Mitch. She's really approachable and really supportive. That's not to say that the other mods aren't, but that's something that really stood out to me about her, which is something I think is really important for all of us to kind of chill, you know?
Well said. Yeah, mission.
Mitch.
Maybe she can tell us. She sees this.
Yeah, I'll have to ask her. I just usually say Mitch, Mich.
Where is the last? We need.
Okay. Ooh. So I didn't feel as like a huge expectation to be like perfect, but I did see that a lot of the people on the mod team were like super good pros. And I was kind of I remember this one time where I did some command by accident where I slash killed. So I was like, okay, I need to slash kill this one thing. I don't remember if it was a grave or something. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna slash kill at E.
Oh no!
Distance is okay. Yeah, you know where this is going. Yeah. I'm gonna slash kill at E. Distance less than 5. And then I got distracted in something, and I was like, slash kill at E. Okay, enter. And then yeah, that was the end of the dungeon run for a lot of, and I'm sure it broke a lot more. Um, yeah, exactly. I've heard that phrase "rite of passage" being used a lot, which is really cool. So yeah, that when everyone kind of comforted me, for lack of better words, at the end, they helped me feel a lot more. I don't know, it made me feel very included, which is nice. Yeah. Some drama. Interesting. I haven't been. I know there was a bit of what is the trap? I know there was a bit of drama when Glorious Battle came out, and then a week later it was reworked a little bit. But like, this change didn't really listen to player feedback or something like that, which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, nothing too insane. Um, yeah. I don't really
All
dabble
right.
too much with the drama. At least I try not to.
It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Preferable, even, in some cases.
Yeah.
Thanks for the tincture. Do you have any cool scars?
Interesting. Where do you get these questions? I'm curious. Are they just like oh, okay, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty cool. Um, I have this one scar on my shin. But I mean, it's definitely not a cool story, but I'll tell it anyway. Um, so we have a swimming pool, and I had just our family had just gotten a dog, Labrador Retriever.
Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah, they're super cute. Um, and then I was teaching my dog how to swim. And he learns really, really fast, but he has this one problem where if anyone like jumps in the pool, he would jump in right after them and try to like chase them down.
Sure.
So it was like a fun game between me and my brother to like jump in the pool and try to get to the opposite side and climb out before my dog catches. Um, and so this one time I was trying to get out of the pool and I banged my shin against the jagged edge.
Oh, that's
Yeah. But yeah, what's funny is that I didn't really feel it in the moment, so I continued playing for like a couple more minutes, and I was like, yeah. And then I was like, why is the ground red? A little weird. So I noticed that, so I quickly ran inside to. But yeah, that's a look.
Is it like that's bigger than most people when they answer this?
Let me check. It's about the size of my thumbnail. It's not very huge. Yeah, it's very.
Still, what's the
Oh, good question. Hmm. There's definitely a time. It's on the tip of my tongue. Uh, let's come back to that question. Let's come back.
we should probably be one level.
I wasn't paying attention. Did we get all the levers? Oh, okay, nice.
Confirmation for me.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. I actually didn't know about that. That's great.
Very bold of you. Well done.
Yeah. So I remember this. Actually, is quite recent, but as some of you know, when we upgraded to 1.8, when Monument upgraded to 1.18, are you okay down there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm fine. Just made a.
Nice. Alright, I'm gonna make an even better decision.
Good, nice.
Yeah, good. But yeah, when Monument upgraded to 1.18, there was a lot of functions that got broken. I think due to like the armor stands from some dungeons disappearing, some content. And then I ran a forum with some people before I knew about it, and a lot of it was broken. So I had a fun time like going into the command blocks, finding the functions, and like just running them on my own command blocks, which is it's pretty cool. Didn't expect to be doing that as a mod, especially not. Yeah, it was fun.
Well, good. You should be proud of that.
Ooh, skill-ish moment. I mean, there's no shortage of that, you know. But
You've been doing really well. I know it's only a 20.
yeah.
It is silk.
I think one of my embarrassing ones was actually recorded on video. Alan is bored from my guild did a series called like Hardcore Dungeons, and we basically the premise was to like do all the dungeons in order, 5 point, but like everyone only has 1 life, and if we die, we are out of it, and we can only spectate.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was an interesting challenge. I won't spoil what happened near the end, but I died relatively early on because so I this was before the item rework. There was a set called like there's a set called the Adamantium Set, which had really high armor, so really high damage reduction, but no fall damage resistance at all. So a bunch of people were like saying, Zyreon, don't. We were running magenta. Don't do any risky stuff. Don't get shot off by skeletons. And I was like, yeah, I know, I won't. I definitely won't. So, and then there's this one platform above the rest of the dungeon that has like a gas spawner. You might know what I'm talking about.
Kind of. Let's just say yes.
Okay. Yeah. Gas spawner and a bunch of like of those plague archer spawners, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna eat cannon over. Yeah,
It's bold enough already.
yeah, I'll just eat cannon over. I'll destroy the spawners. I have a shield, so it shouldn't be a problem, you know, the archers. And then, yeah, I mean, the next thing, before I knew it, I was dead. Let's just say that. You guys can watch the video.
That's rough.
See it in action.
If you want to comment on this video, I'll pin it, and you can link to it. It's a couple of other people who've done their things are like, and here's my comments on it with their own personal accounts, other interviewees.
Oh, yeah. Let me. I'll send you some comments.
Yeah, sounds good. Since all of our work is voluntary, what keeps you interested? Oh, so I was looking over at my.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I saw your red health, and I was like, I'm gonna.
That's funny. This is my first time dying since we've placed this.
I'm gonna follow soon after. No worries. Yeah.
So.
I think it's honestly just a lot of fun. It's, I would say it's really satisfying being able to actually like, because I remember when I was a normal player, people would ask for mod help, and then it'd be like a lot of fixable stuff, I guess. Like oh yeah, like I was like, oh, if I was a mod, I could easily do that. And when I became a mod, I did do it, and it was like, wow, that's super satisfying to be able to just like help someone as quickly and just have them go on with their whatever content they're doing.
Speaking of which, how are you doing over there? Okay, you're good. I was just making sure.
Yeah. Alchemist is 2 OP in this dungeon.
Well, very good. That's very wholesome.
Yeah.
What is something, and remember, the patron, this is actually the last patron question. They asked this.
Sure.
What do you wish the player base would quit doing? It could be legitimately demotivating or
quit doing. Nothing. There's nothing that comes to the top of my head. I know that, like, there's a lot of times people will ask a question and I will head over silently, or I would head over and then I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna say on my way or something in a bit. So I head over and then it just turns out to be something that like they didn't read the dialogue or something. Like, oh, you just gotta go here instead. Not like the compass might be pointing in the wrong direction. You know, the quest dialogue says
Literacy
otherwise.
is the strongest buff.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's something that but it's still fun to. And there's a joke among mods that like you want to farm those mod blocks, you know. So like,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, you know, you go over even if you didn't actually do too much, you can show
It's
that
funny.
you're being active as the mod, you're contributing. So you just the free
I mean,
mod block.
your worth as a person is determined by how many messages you have in that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's definitely extremely important to farm those mod blocks. Exactly.
Exactly. Which is your preference?
I usually go left because I'm left-handed.
Ooh, details. You've docked
Uh,
if humanity is left-handed. You've just like
oh
narrowed
wow.
it down so much,
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
or
How
something
a
like that.
single
I don't
piece of information
know. Yeah.
knows so much about me.
So for the I came up with
Oh, that's great.
a special to you.
Um, I would 100% say it's because of the community. There's just I've never been on a Minecraft server or any multiplayer game with as low levels of toxicity and as much cooperation as Monumenta.
Aw.
Yeah, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Yeah, I actually have no idea why though. Like, how come Monumenta is like so because the small player base, or maybe the type of content that because what something's interesting about Monumenta is that like the most similar other type of server that I would compare Monumenta to is like an RPG server, like Winecraft. But like so many of them have PvP on, and Monument is the only one with like PvP off, which is quite interesting, I think. Yeah,
Cooperative game really changes the dynamic of everything.
yeah, exactly.
Of course, we all still find
Yeah, exactly. That
yeah.
a little bit of competitiveness is always good, though.
Well, that's sweet. What side of video game, specifically? What else do you?
Ooh. So outside of school, which definitely brings me a lot of joy.
Really? If so, that's
Real.
awesome. Good.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, oh.
I'm kidding. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I'm fortunate to not hate school, which is nice. But outside of school, I recently have actually gotten back into playing piano, which is cool. I played piano a lot during high school, and during my first year of college, I kind of quit, for lack of better words, because I was busy with schoolwork and stuff. You know, never really, um, and especially since I was living away from home, I didn't really know where all the pianos were, and I didn't really bother to pick them
I
up.
don't know why that line is so funny to me. I didn't know where all the.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah,
not
yeah.
easy
You're
to
right. You're
find.
right.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's like a scavenger hunt, which is pretty interesting way to put it. Um, so yeah, I just never really played. To be honest, I was a little bit tired of playing as well because I played a lot of like classical music, and it was mostly I was under a lot of pressure to like perform well, like play well. You know, but like, uh,
Did we actually hit the button?
yeah, I got it. I went back and got it. Okay, okay. Oh, you didn't see my joke then. When I said I enjoy
Oh.
school, I put in parentheses real in chat.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I don't
no,
want
no,
people
it's
seeing
fine.
stuff, so I have chat disabled
Oh, okay,
entirely
okay. No,
when they watch this
that's
video.
smart actually. That's smart. Yeah, I've been playing 13 years now. Wow, that's a long time. Yeah. Yeah, it's been pretty. I mean, for the most part, I don't have any super positive stuff to say about it, but I've been really enjoying it this last summer.
I don't together. I don't have much positive. Yeah, unpack that, please.
For the most part,
How do you mean?
like I would say for the like if you ask me for like 12 out of the 13 years I've been playing, I would say yeah, it's okay. It's not that enjoyable for me. But this last year is where like I really started enjoying it.
Good.
Yeah. Other than that, I like to play a lot with my dog, especially when I come home
Oh,
from college.
what are there? Did you say dogs?
My dog
plural?
is just a singular. His name is Zeke. Zeke.
Is this the last?
Yeah, this is the Labrador.
Oh,
Yeah, so I like to swim around with him and my. Yeah, nothing too crazy.
dogs are the best.
Especially when there's people around. Yeah.
What? Specifically as a moderator, but just in general.
I'm surprised a lot about what goes behind the scenes. For example, when I remember this one time before 1.18, but after the upgrade to 1.16, there was a time when the server was like it went down or something like that. There's like big problem with a lot of the servers, and a lot of the dev team were like up all night, just trying to fix it. And that was I couldn't stay up all night, but I was like, wow, that's dedication, you know. Especially since Monumenta is like all volunteer based. There's like if I were doing it, I'd be like, yeah, I'll take care of it in the morning, you know. I'll go check it out.
Yeah.
So I was really, yeah.
Do you remember who were some of the ones that stayed up late, just so they get some kudos in this video for it?
What's the thing is, I'm not sure if I have the timeline correct. But definitely a lot of the leads. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
That sounds like them. The leads are great.
Yeah, they really love Monumenta.
Fondest memory as a player. The game.
Yeah, definitely running through the R2 dungeons was one of my fondest. There was a player named Cool King.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Who I did a lot of the dungeons with, and a lot of people joined near the end as well. Like Panders, for example, which was super fun. Just playing, I think. Okay, nice. I think playing dungeons in the duel is one of the most fun things to do. I don't know. There's something about duoing. Okay, you're. There's something about duoing a dungeon that makes it, in my opinion, better than a solo or a triple.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, that's what I would affirm. Yes.
I don't disagree. I just did it methodically. Cool.
Yeah.
That was a lot of blazes. What is your fondest memory as a mod?
Ooh. My fondest memory as a mod would be there's a lot of fun memories, which is pretty cheeky to say, I guess. One of the I think I mentioned this, one of the fun memories was when I had messed up on something, but still receiving all the support. That's a lot of mods. Still receiving all the support from my fellow players. That was one of my fond moments. It was the time where I accidentally /killed everything. if you're
Sure, the rite of passage as we were talking about.
yeah, that
Yeah.
one. Nice.
Double gas.
Yeah,
there.
it's really tough. Like that's something.
We'll go. Supported by the rest of the mod team.
Yeah.
Video.
Ooh. It would be Minecraft, but besides Minecraft, there's one I played really recently. One of my best friends from high school. He introduced me to a game called Hollow Knight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a single player, um, like a platformer game that's like has like a lot of love built into it. It in a lot of ways it reminds me of Monumenta, just the amount of like little little Easter eggs and all the dedication that I feel has been put in, especially because like there's this I don't know if this is an actual concept, but it's like something that makes sense to me, where like usually if someone were to make a game, they would want to put they want to have the best effort to like exposure ratio, and by that I mean like um the amount of effort
Sure.
that they spend putting uh, into the content versus the the amount of players that will actually see it or play it. Um, and you want to have the best ratio. So the idea I think is not to do so much content that like a lot of players just won't even see, because that would be like wasting effort, for lack of better words. Um, I think Hollow Knight and Monumenta both have that in common, that the devs just um, they don't think it's as important, which is really nice, because that means the people that do see all the content really appreciate it a lot more, I think.
What's an
That's
example
why.
in both Hollow Knight of that?
So for Hollow Knight, ooh, okay, very risky.
Good. You got. Oh, I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, it's fine, it's fine.
It's an epic death though.
Epic div. I missed my tincture. Well, time to bust out the anvils. I haven't had to do this since the update so far, which is great. Um, yeah. So for Hollow Knight, as an example, every NPC in the game has like different dialogues when you come back to it after like completing different content. Um, so for example, there's this one character that kind of falls in love with your avatar.
Yeah.
But depending on whether you've done certain content or not, they have you done Hollow Knight?
Oh yeah.
You mentioned.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remember her name. I remember she falls in love with Zote though at one point.
Yeah, she falls in love with Zoe, but it's only if you do the content that makes Zoe that you actually save Zoe, which is really funny. And I think a lot of people might miss that content. There's so many like small interactions. Do you need backup?
No, I'm good. I actually have fire res on.
Oh, nice. Probably should have done that. Um, yeah, just there's just so many like to put that as an example. A lot of the NPCs in the games have like rare interactions or dialogue when you come back at a certain point. Um, and something interesting I found in Monumenta that's also shows this kind of like effort to exposure ratio, um, is like advancements and tricksters, which I mean those did get removed, but things like that. I think a lot of players, like the vast majority of players, never like. I saw a statistic. I don't know where I saw it, but it's like 20% of players complete white. Or no, wait.
Yeah.
So
It's
of
rough.
everyone who joins the server, only like 20% complete white. So that already gives an idea of like the the ratio that's going on here. Um, and that's funny because I think that there are ways that can increase that ratio, like like no loss on death or something like that. But the devs want to keep to the spirit of like CTM a little bit, which I find very admirable. But just like stuff like that, that definitely reduces the ratio. Um, yeah, so going back to what I was saying about the tricksters or the advancements, like for example, if you beat Hakat and you, yeah, I found this out personally. When you beat Hakat and the like, okay, so when you go into the Shadow Ring and
Mhm.
you escape with like less than 1 second on the clock, it gives you a certain advancement. And there's a lot of similar, I guess you could call it Easter egg advancements like that.
Yeah, that's a good.
Um, yeah, and there's like no one. I'm sure the vast majority of players are not don't even um, they don't even know about it, you know. So it's all this effort that's like put in that makes players like us appreciate the game a little bit more, even more. Um, but at the same, but at the same time doesn't even like show for a lot. So the effort, that's one example. Yeah, the effort to expose tradition.
To hear with everything you've said.
Yeah, I'm glad. So,
What are some of your other favorite things in the world, like movie, television, or musical artist, composer, anything like that?
ooh, um,
What other media do
I've
you love?
recently I've recently gotten into watching anime, which is I think it's short for like Japanese animations. Something like that. I
Sorry, you
think
kind of
it's
cut out there. You think what?
oh yeah, I've recently gotten into watching anime, which is short for like Japanese animations, something like.
I
I think
think
it's a,
a portion of our user base
yeah,
is
yeah, I was
familiar with
gonna
it.
say, I think it's really
Yeah.
popular.
Well, cool.
Um,
What was your gateway?
yeah, so my roommates, which I've come to a lot, but originally were annoying because they like to play anime music, like anime openings and endings during like just in the room. While and I would sometimes be studying. Man, like I could appreciate it if we didn't have this music on. Um, and then when it was near the end of the school year, when we were like discussing pricing like for next year's housing, they were actually moving to apartments, and I was staying in the dorms. So we had to like part ways, or we
Oh,
knew we had to part ways. Um, and then they played this like one song that was like it grew on me because they had been playing it throughout the year, and I didn't really enjoy it that much, or I didn't appreciate it. And then yeah, all of a sudden I was like, wow. Um, and that's also when I mentioned I got back into piano. It's mostly not. I wasn't playing classical. I was playing anime openings and endings, which really grew on me.
nice.
Um, that's yeah.
Ritz. There's a
For
chance.
example, ooh, oh yeah, I remember this actually. We were talking in the Discord about you might have mentioned that. Cruel Angel's Thesis is a really good one that I've been playing. There's also the opening of Kill la Kill. Um, it's called Sirius or something like.
Or I actually forgot.
Oh yeah! Wow. Okay. Wow. I had no idea that you knew all these, which is really surprising. Really great. It's really amazing.
I know.
That's great. That's great. No, I love that. Yeah, I've been playing those two on the piano, relatively recently.
Nice. Were they hard to pick up? I guess
Um,
been playing for 13 years, less so.
yeah, not definitely not as hard as classical, but a lot more enjoyable, I would say, which is always yeah, that's really nice. Um,
Not just to listen.
yeah, my favorite one to play is List, Liszt, I think. Um, he has some etudes that are kind of like they're just flexes. That's all. That's all they are, which are pretty fun to play. If you can play them well, which I don't know if I could play them as well as I'd like, but nevertheless, they're
You're harder than like Chopin.
I would say harder.
Okay, wow.
Uh,
Because I've seen Chopin and I thought that's a flex. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, some of Chopin pieces are really really huge flexes as well. But that kind of style, where it's like
Cool.
etudes, they play a lot of notes. Yeah, those are always good.
Well, excellent.
Yeah.
Any other want to share?
There's this show that I saw called Impractical Jokers, TV show. Um, I saw it on a vacation that I did. Me and my family went on before I started summer school. Yeah, Impractical Jokers were like a group of 4 friends, kind of just challenged each other to like crazy challenges in public, like embarrassing themselves, which is always it's really fun to just laugh at the end of one day and watch that show. Do
Very
you have
good.
any favorites? Any recommendations for me?
I don't know. Maybe to watch my interview when I'm asked that question. I don't have anything off the top of my head. Sorry.
Yeah, we definitely looking forward to that interview.
This one's about you, but thank you for asking.
Yeah. Uh, I was just sorry, just curious. Do you have any plans that you're willing to share about the coming or your planned interview?
Yeah. I've got some plans.
Okay.
Once everyone else is
Yeah.
done, that's at least slated for now. Oh dear.
Okay,
dear.
yeah, that could be. Oh,
Didn't know there was lava right behind that. I could use heals if you can.
what?
Woo! Beautiful. We might have to clip that,
Yeah, right.
personally.
That's crazy.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, like a freebie question.
ooh.
Wish someone had asked. Because like you could be interested in some incredibly niche and fascinating thing that I would never have thought to ask you.
Interesting. I one super interesting thing, or okay. Let me say it's not that interesting because I don't think I'm super interesting. But something that no one might have thought to ask me is that I really love driving. Like I'll find any excuse to like just hop in the car and drive somewhere. For example, even though I'm not a morning person, like my usual wake up time is, I would say, if I was left unattended, my usual wake up time would be like past 11. Um, so I'm not a morning person, but I love to drive so much that when I had winter break, which was at a different time than my little brother's winter break, so he's still at school. I volunteered to wake up every morning at 7 to drive him to school and back. And to this day, I don't know exactly why I like it so much. I think it's like the freedom of just being able to like being in control of like um something that's like I don't know. It gives me a sense of independence.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which is something I'm sure a lot of people mirror. Careful paper. Ooh.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm sure a lot of people echo this sentiment as well.
Very well said. I completely get that. Do you have a favorite time? Is it always morning? Do you like driving at night? Any particular weather?
Ooh. I used to hate driving at night because it just was harder to see, especially if like there are people that just like turn on their headlights or they like their headlights are really bright. Not because you're supposed to turn on your headlight, but their headlights are like super bright. Oops. Um, okay.
Did you
The
kill an?
headlights are,
Does it? I heard a firework noise like right as you died. Is that,
oh, I think the creeper killed the elite, and I think it registered as my kill. I have the elite finisher, the firework. I think it's the best one in the game, actually. Um, yeah. Do you use elite finishers?
Yeah, I do. I didn't know if that was like a new feature when a grave is generated. It sent up a firework.
Oh,
Because it was an effective way to let me know that it was there.
Nice.
What's your favorite weather to drive in?
Sorry, say that again. Oh, even though I haven't been able to drive a lot in it, rainy weather is really fun to drive in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because it's like, I mean, I do know I definitely have heard that it's more dangerous, especially, but I don't know. Rainy weather is always really nice, which I stand by. I think maybe part of the reason because I'm from California, so it's always super sunny there, and it never rains. But yeah, rainy weather is one of my favorite weather, and combining that with driving is just ooh, okay. Wait, my thing's off cooldown.
It's all good.
Okay.
Well, it's not really good, but it's not the worst.
Yeah, no, that,
Yeah, I'm probably gonna die.
um,
Wow, that's rough.
wow.
Lava death. Okay, cool.
Oh no. Okay. Let me
It'll
just
work. Yeah, that was my fault for not getting a second long
no,
fire
you're
res.
good. Okay. Yeah. Let me know if you can get down safely. I'll be here.
I'll manage.
Okay. Cool. No. It's good. Yeah. Rainy weather is definitely my favorite. To drive in. Uh, although I do. Yeah. That's basically it.
Sir, stay. You want to say to the any viewers? You've got the mic.
Well, I do want to thank. I'll thank the players, especially because I've felt a lot of support from them, which is pretty interesting to say. Um, because usually I think I would imagine like a mod saying that they felt a lot of support from their like TM, which I definitely do, as I mentioned earlier. But from the players especially, I like how they treat me. Okay, this is a little bit on a tangent, but I like how they treat me as like a normal player when I'm playing as well. And they're not afraid to like make jokes and stuff like that. I'm very playful when I do dungeons and stuff. I would think. So yeah, I just gotta thank them for always being there to play with me, I guess.
Very nice. Well, this is probably a pretty good stopping point for the video. At least we can finish ourselves.
Okay.
Thank you so much for taking the time. I know it was impromptu and unexpected.
No,
But
that was great. Thanks for organizing all this.
Absolutely. Thank you, Zyreon. Thank you, patrons, for asking and all your cool questions, and for enjoying our game. We sure are happy to be part of it with y'all. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.